All right.
God, what
We're completely off here. We should have aligned ourselves before we started. What is going on, everyone? I'm DSP, and with me, as always, is my cohort in crime, John Rambunctious Rambo.
That's right. Extra rambunctious today.
We are counting down the final weeks of in-person Smark, guys.
My God.
This is number 5. There's 5 left, including this one. So
when you burp next to me,
I
won't have the after effects of it, is what I was going to say.
All right, so, yes, today
Maybe
is...
it's for the best.
Today is Saturday, May 10th, 2014. Welcome to Smark, guys, our ongoing pro wrestling commentary show. And this week we're going to be talking about the fallout of Extreme Rules, which I did see because I actually have the WWE Network, and I was able to watch the pay-per-view.
Used it for the first time in a while.
That's right. This week I actually did. I watched a lot of it. I watched some other shows I caught up on. We'll talk about Raw and Smackdown following Extreme Rules, and we'll also talk about what Impact Wrestling is up to, which is not a heck of a lot, to be completely honest. So, first of all, Extreme Rules. Let's talk about it. We actually we simmed it last week, and some of our outcomes were kind of zany, things that, we didn't think would happen. The major outcomes of the pay-per-view primarily were that, number one, John Cena did lose to Bray Wyatt in probably the dumbest method possible. He actually had won the match multiple times.
In a way that benefits no one.
It's so dumb because literally what we said last week, what about the other Wyatt family members? How are they not factored in? How do people not realize that they're going to be interfering constantly? They literally, the whole match is them interfering, right?
Those guys are jobbed out now, man.
Yeah, I mean...
Roman Harper.
It really is just all about Bray now.
He just dominates them,
Yeah.
He, well, we're talking about the match, or we're just...
We could.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, the problem is they're all in the ring with him,
and
he destroys them all.
Right.
So what does that say, right?
Right. It's like the whole family needs to team up to even get on.
And they still can't beat. They still can't do it.
Right. He's still gonna survive. He's still gonna escape until that stupid kid with a voice that they're obviously running through a modulator or whatever.
We couldn't find like a child actor. They didn't trust this kid or whatever.
I thought a kid with a genuine voice is better. It's creepier.
Yeah.
Than a fucking kid. Sounds like Darth Vader. What the fuck is this?
I don't understand that. I don't understand why Cena can't just lose to him in like a normal way. He's still protected because obviously the other guys will interfere. They always do interfere, and
right.
It's not like he loses, and it's just the stuff we see all the time. It's
right.
You're not gonna be like, oh my God, Cena fucking sucks. He lost to him. I will never watch this again.
Right.
No,
they
why can't he just lose in a normal way? He won at WrestleMania. He could lose this one in a normal fashion, and then he could win the next one, which he's going to do anyway, right? So, I don't understand that. I think it's ridiculous. I think they're going to kill the Wyatts if they continue doing this kind of thing because it's so over the top. It's so cartoonish.
Yep.
Where it's like it goes from being creepy and kind of like an interesting, like an oddity kind of thing,
right?
Into something that's so ridiculous and
this is like what I completely agree. This is this is how I feel. That promo they did before Extreme Rules was outstanding, amazing.
But then people liked it.
They like it.
So then they go, oh, let's do that again.
The pay-per-view. We'll have a kid who sounds like a fucking mutant, scaring Cena back into the ring. He'll lose.
It's not the time for that. If they did that on a Raw, okay, you'd be like, all right, whatever. But the pay-per-view match, the cage,
right.
Which is supposed to be like something you built towards.
Right. I don't know.
Cena could never have a normal match.
No, that's true. He never does.
Why can't you have sell the product like the way other people do, and like you can't overcome 3 people because there's 3 of them. Like you can't. They beat you up, and then there's a real outcome to the match. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's stupid that the Wyatts control light and stuff too. By the way,
they can turn the lights off and on.
It's just dumb. It's unnecessary. In 2014, it's completely stupid.
Well,
they could turn the lights off.
You're pretty much describing all of WWE at this point, like all the crap.
How could Bray Wyatt ever lose a match ever?
Just turn the lights off.
If he's he's pinned by anyone. 1, 2, the lights go off, and here's a kid with a crappy overdubbed voice, and then we
stop pinning Bray right now.
That's where the problem happens, right?
It's dumb. So Bray goes over for the dumbest reasons. In the 2 other big matches of the night, one of them was the Shield versus Evolution. The match, I think, pretty much turned out how we thought it would, where both sides look strong, they're doing good stuff. But, the Shield goes over, which is what we expected, which is what needed to happen.
Did you like the match? A lot of people really liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was a well-done match. You could tell that the Evolution were really trying to put over the Shield in this match. It wasn't like we're just dialing in our performance. They did some great spots, some crazy dangerous stuff, but some really entertaining stuff. And people jumping off the freaking thing 20 feet in the air. Seth Rollins, a crazy fucking jumping flying attack.
Yeah, we expected something like that.
Some nutty stuff, and and then the Shield goes over, it makes them look good. We'll talk about how that continued this week, though, which I don't know. I don't think this week really was very good at all. But and then the main event was actually not what we thought. We thought that the title match would not be the main event. It ended up being the main event.
Yeah. Most people thought that. I think
Daniel Bryan defending his title against Kane, which was a no disqualification. Extreme Rules, and these guys went all out using all the tables. They fight. They brawl to the back. They're hitting each other off of cars and stuff. Eventually, Daniel Bryan knocks out Kane in the back and says, "I gotta get him back to the ring to pin him." Puts him on a forklift.
Yeah.
Drives him into the ring in a forklift, lifts it up, dumps him in, and then does this flying headbutt off the forklift onto Kane. Then they light a table on fire. Kane goes through the table.
And then you're like, okay, well, when Bryan wins, you're like, all right, that's the end of that feud. That's
right,
cool.
great.
That's cool.
He overcame. He beat the monster. No, of course not.
No.
We gotta keep it going. We gotta keep it going.
Keeping it going, and they're bringing it. It's getting worse.
It is getting worse, and we'll talk about that right now because we'll go into Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, let me just say.
Okay.
Think with WWE. Okay, all right. This might upset some people.
Oh no.
It's like WWE is like this really like disgusting bathroom with like piss and shit. It's just all over the place. And then, like, people, for some reason...
The Black Friday bathroom,
right,
basically.
Exactly. So every Monday night, people go into this bathroom and they sit there for, like, 3 hours every Monday. All right? And it's just terrible. For the most part, they don't like it. But every once in a while, if the janitor comes in, he cleans it up, and they go, oh, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad in here. This is okay. But as a little time goes on, the shit and the piss build up again, and because that's what it is.
Every once in a while, Vince comes in, he does a 360 shit in the stall, splatters the feces everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he walks out.
Well, when it gets clean, they go, oh, this is a new era. Things are different now.
Right, everything's changed.
But it always kind of goes back to what it really is. And it doesn't, people kind of bring up, like, who the guys are. Oh, Daniel Bryan's the champion, and this is that. But it's more about what the product is and how they present it, more so than who's in it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what it is. This is what it is. It's this over-the-top kind of cartoonish thing for the most part. That's what they like to do.
Yeah.
That's what they will always go back to. There'll be points where they don't do that. And you go, now it's different. But it's really not.
It's going to go back to it eventually.
Right, and here we are.
So here we are. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw, which opened up with a 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal for the U.S. title. So Dean Ambrose basically being punished for having won or being part of the Shield and having won the 6-man tag match against Evolution. The match finally comes down to Sheamus and Dean Ambrose, to which, a lot of people I'm sure will have a lot to say about that Sheamus is the one who gets the rub here, because Sheamus has not really been doing anything. He wasn't even on Extreme Rules. He had nothing to do. And so maybe the WWE is saying, why does Dean Ambrose have this title when we're pushing them as an entity, a three-person group, a stable?
Yeah.
Why does one guy have a title and he never defends it?
Well, I think the problem is just too out of nowhere, Was Sheamus like doing something that built towards this?
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. He was on pay-per-view. He hasn't been doing any programs or anything. All of a sudden, they just give him the title.
Right.
So I think a lot of people had stuff to say about that this week. That what are they doing there? How is that fair?
Yeah, but I think the problem, like I was saying, the problem is more about how it's done, not so much like who's involved.
Right.
Well, a lot of times people will like Sheamus, fuck you.
You want to do something
it's
good?
It's not really his fault, right?
You want to do something good? Do similar to what they just did with the Intercontinental title. Have a tournament. They could have done.
Well, they shouldn't even have both belts, to be honest with you. But they could have done the same thing. Be like, oh, now here's the tournament for this one.
Or you really want to go old school? Go like back to the days when they used to say the GM would be a dick or whatever. I'm just stripping you just because I can. The title's now vacant, and now have a tournament where Ambrose is in it, but everyone has to compete to try to get back. And then the final match is Sheamus versus Ambrose, and Sheamus beats him. Okay, now Sheamus earned it.
Some kind of build, something you can kind of get into, and not just like, here's this.
Here it is, and oops, you lost it. Oops. Right. So that's it, and we'll talk about how that continued into SmackDown. Rob Van Dam beats...
You should mention Wade won the title, right?
Oh, yeah, Wade did win the Intercontinental Championship in a good match at Extreme Rules. So he's getting the rub as well.
Yeah.
So now you got the U.S. title on Sheamus, the IC title on Wade. Will they do anything with these titles, or will
maybe they'll now actually do the... Because those two are easily put against each other. So maybe now they'll do the
unification.
Maybe.
So they don't need them both.
So, yeah, that's what they should do.
Leaning off of the triple threat that they had at Extreme Rules, which was Cesaro, Swagger, and RVD, where Cesaro did go over, which is good. Rob Van Dam has a singles match with Cesaro, which ends in disqualification when Jack Swagger gets involved, and it's just they're still doing this stuff.
I think Cesaro, I think they kind of messed up a little bit because I think the people want to cheer him.
Right,
like, that's the natural way, and
right.
he's actually much better as a face. In the past and stuff. So that's what people wanted. Like, they wanted to cheer the swing. They want to cheer him, but he's got Heyman with him.
Heyman, who's the heel coach.
And they're like, well, we don't know what to do now. We just don't. We're confused. So I think it would have made more sense to have him turn face and fight Swagger a couple times, beat the shit out of Swagger, and then end the feud. But now he's a heel. They're both heels, and it's kind of like this weird mix of things. And then Heyman only talks about the streak mostly.
Right, mostly he's talking about Brock.
And not like what's going on currently. So I don't know. I think they kind of... fumbled it a little. They kind of fumbled this a little bit.
It's hard to tell where to focus because of what they're doing with it. So, Ryback defeats Cody Rhodes, and I don't think anything.
Cody
really
Rhodes' rough patch extended this week.
The Brotherhood's frustrations continue to build.
Why don't you talk about the WLC match?
I didn't see it.
No,
because it was on the pre-show, and so I didn't see it because I didn't see the pre-show. I only saw the.
They had little people versions
of the commentators, which of course is very respectful.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's kind of crazy because I was trying to think of I was talking to somebody else about it, but it's like, what other group could you do this with? Like, even if it was, let's say it was all like bald people, receding hairline people in a match. There's a bald Michael Cole. Someone would be mad about that. I think
two luchadors are in the ring, so now you have Mexicans with giant, oversized sombreros sitting there at commentary, or just like burritos.
Just any kind of group that you like focus on and as a comedy bit, and they're all that.
Yep.
And like, people would be pissed, but for some reason, little people.
Just because it's little people, it's okay.
Oh, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
But it was kind of I mean,
it's offensive. It's fucking offensive.
It could be taken that way.
I took it that way.
Okay, well, you can.
I think it's offensive.
You can take it that way.
They showed the picture of the announcers. I was like, that's fucking offensive. What the
so
fuck
I'm just
would they
wondering,
do that for?
So my point is, like, I'm wondering why there's no group that would be like, hey, this is kind of messed up. This isn't right for this.
I don't know. I don't know
why they thought this was a good idea.
I don't know. This is Vince. I tell you, that's Vince. That's 100% Vince.
Because he thinks it's like real
100% Vince. Are you kidding me?
Well, he's done similar stuff.
He
like
thinks
that.
the El Torito angle is hilarious. He thinks it's great. So that's Vince.
Yeah.
So 3-man band crashes the Los Matadores Cinco de Mayo celebration. Right? They were celebrating that El Torito had won this WLC match the night before.
Yep.
And it's basically a big melee. A big fracas breaks out. And who cares? Honestly, who cares? It's just a gimmick segment. That's a waste of time.
Los Matadores.
Rusev. Alexander Rusev.
Yes, Rusev.
Who the night before tripped and accidentally had sex with several women.
What?
That was in The Sims.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was The Sims.
That was the best Sims match ever.
So Rusev, he did beat both Kofi and, I
like our version of Rusev better than theirs.
I do too.
That should be his gimmick.
He trips and has sex with women?
No, he just keeps saying Rusev and then himself.
Rusev, crush, Rusev, punch, Rusev, squish.
Yeah, just
Rusev, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Rusev, who won the handicap match against R-Truth and Xavier Woods the night before on Extreme Rules, has a singles match with Kofi Kingston. This is a good match because it actually shows that if you have someone...
This writing on here is so crazy.
I didn't even read it.
The former Intercontinental Champion was forced to fly unfriendly skies by battling recent NXT breakout Rusev.
Okay, then.
Some creative writing right there, sir. My God.
Basically, the match was good. Kofi got hit a lot of high-flying stuff, knocked Rusev down a few times. It actually looked like he had a fighting chance against Rusev, and then at the last minute, Rusev kind of got the drop on him, surprising him with his agility and speed. The crazy stuff that he can do, the high kicks, the sobot kicks, the rolling heel kick he does. So basically, he countered Kofi's high-flying shit with high-flying shit. People were like, whoa, we didn't know he could do that. So he beats Kofi clean. It's a really good match, and it does put over Rusev. Is he gonna
fight Kofi and freaking R-Truth
and Xavier Woods? Maybe he's gonna wrestle every African American person.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point that you just brought up. Because why is he fighting all African American guys?
I don't get it.
And that's it. Did you notice that?
I don't know.
That's all has he fought anyone else?
I don't know.
He even came out on NXT and he would attack Xavier Woods a few times.
Yeah. I don't know.
Rusev the racist? Is that the gimmick that we...
And what do you think of the ravishing Russian Lana? How now she comes out. It used to be she'd just come out and immediately go into the intro. Now she comes out, she walks to the right, she twirls around, shows her ass, she walks to the left slowly. That's what it is. Like they're showing her off like a piece of meat at the market.
Well, that's what they do.
And then she does a promo about how she loves Vladimir Putin.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
She cut a promo how he's the best leader in the world. He should get a Nobel Peace Prize, and he's a very peaceful, noble ruler.
We're trying to get
and
him on the show.
Russia is great. Russia is the best country. It's exactly what you said. It's the anti-America bullshit that you said they would do. They're doing. It's the most cliche shit that you could possibly do. So there you go.
Okay.
All right. Up next, Daniel Bryan had to have a singles match against Alberto Del Rio. So now let's talk about the ridiculousness that was this night.
No.
And why most people complained about Monday Night Raw.
I'm not going to say anything.
Monday Night Raw.
I already made my analogy, so I'm done.
Monday Night Maw this week.
The Monday Night Maw
became literally a C-lister horror movie, where
something like they would make.
Yeah, like a WWE Films horror movie.
Like they would make themselves.
Where Kane is this mass murdering monster, and he's coming after Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella because he wants revenge for what happened at Extreme Rules. And so basically Daniel Bryan becomes a complete and utter coward, running away in terror with Brie from the impending doom that Kane is going to catch him, okay? So first he stays in his locker room, then the lights go out, so him and Brie run to a car and try to escape, but then Stephanie shows up and says, if you don't wrestle in your match tonight, you are going to be stripped of the title. So now they go out to the ring.
Keep going.
So now they go out to the ring. They had his match with Alberto Del Rio. He ends up submitting Alberto, so it's a good match. After the match, he and Brie literally, the fire goes off for Kane, his pyro. He and Brie run to the back like scared children being chased by a mass murderer, run to their car.
There's cameramen in the car that they don't see, right? They don't know he's there. Right?
No, they're actually filming from the front of the car.
Okay.
So they go into the car. The car won't start. Oh no, what's wrong? Daniel Bryan flips the hood up. I can't believe it. Someone's tampered with the car. It won't start. Puts the hood down. Kane's in the car grabbing Brie. So now Daniel Bryan attacks Kane. Kane attacks Daniel Bryan. Eventually, Kane gets on top of the car. They get inside. They start the car, which magically starts for some reason now. They start to drive away. Kane falls off the car, and he's laying there dead.
Kane's dead?
So then they stop the car. Daniel Bryan gets out, walks up to see what happened. Kane sits up like a demon and says, "Oh!" with his demon face. And so Daniel Bryan runs away like a scared little girl, gets in the car, and they speed away. What the fuck was that?
Has anyone been involved in more bad storylines than Kane? I don't think so.
I don't know. Katie Vick.
They put him through some crap.
Corporate Kane.
Paul Bearer being killed or whatever. Edge was throwing him off stairs.
Yeah, he killed Paul Bearer.
No, this is
what the fuck?
This is very much derivative of the probably one of the worst Kane storylines, which was the one with Cena and Zack Ryder. When he was involved with Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same, but it's freaking Brie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And how did that turn out for Zack? Right.
Yeah.
So.
Horrible, awful, terrible, garbage, diarrhea, dookie writing.
Could you have done a worse thing with Bryan after he wins the title at WrestleMania like that? Was there a worse program, you know?
This is your champion. He's overcome all the obstacles. They told him he couldn't be the champion. He didn't have what it takes. He overcomes, and now he has to wrestle a cartoonish fucking dude for 2 months.
Yeah.
A B-rated horror movie.
It's going to continue, and people are going to not care about it.
Yep.
And then they're going to go, oh, look, well, they don't care about Bryan. Or get that belt off of him. It's his fault.
All right, Intercontinental Champion Bad News Barrett gets has to defend his title. Big E gets his rematch, and he goes over. And it's a good match. Both guys look strong. Both guys actually kick out of finishers, if you can believe it. But no, it's a really well done match. I think that it made Barrett look really strong at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And, Barrett now is getting a big legit push for the first time in years. Now, will they do anything with it, or will they fuck it up like they always seem to do? Remains to be seen, but I'm interested. I like the character. I like Barrett as a wrestler. I think that he deserves it, and let's see what he can do with it. Okay?
Right.
All right, what do you think about Adam Rose, John?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it yet?
I saw it on NXT. I think we saw him live, actually, when he was doing a different gimmick.
Yeah, it was a different gimmick back then.
Yeah, when we saw him, yeah. Mm-hmm. But, no, I don't know anything about it.
So, Adam Rose, here's what happened. So, Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter come out to the ring. They're doing their usual bullshit about complaining about different stuff, blah, blah, blah. As he's, complaining and insulting people, Adam Rose comes out surrounded by his party posse or whatever they're calling them. I don't know what they call them. The party,
drug addicts.
The party people. Oh, the Exotic Express.
LSD.
That's what it's called.
People took LSD.
The Exotic Express. And they're called the Rosebuds. This says, "Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud." That's his catchphrase.
Oh, I'm a lemon, sorry.
So they all come out. They're playing the music. They're dancing around the ring. They throw him in the ring. So now he's in the ring, and he basically just says to Zeb, "Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud," right? And they get angry at him, and I believe that they all fill the ring. All the people fill the ring and start partying around Swagger and Zeb, to which they're all like, "Oh, you know," he's like, "No, I'm not a party person," or whatever. It's real weird. And
I thought he was a Tea Party guy.
Basically, they took over.
They have crazy parties, I think.
Well,
Tea Party.
Different kind of parties.
You ever go to one?
Yeah, they go out into the field with all their guns and they shoot wild animals.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Then they have sex and everything. And
then they have this orgy.
Yeah, with no contraception or whatsoever because they're against it.
Whoa, that's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, Adam Rose has not wrestled yet on TV, but he made his debut. I want to see him wrestle and see how they can pair him up against people and what they're going to do. So.
Yeah.
And then finally, the Wyatt family has a match against the Shield. This is the big thing about tonight, the main event. And during this match, tons of distractions and interference. At one point, Evolution comes out, and they're fucking with the match.
It was like Batista's sticking around a little longer.
Yeah, we thought Batista was leaving right away. He didn't. He's back, and he's still there with his full beard now, which looks hilarious because his body has no body hair, but he has a full beard that's obviously dyed because it's so black. It's so black.
He's got a dyed beard?
Yeah, it's so black. It's like incredibly black beard. You can tell he probably dyes it.
Okay.
So, anyway, the Shield not only gets beaten because of cheating, but then they get destroyed by Evolution. And so now it's like the story is, well, you won the pay-per-view, but you didn't win the war. We're continuing with this plot line. Which, once again, as we said, it seems like that Extreme Rules, I guess, didn't happen. Because every major plot line in the company is continuing now. You know?
They tend to do that. You know.
I don't know. I think it's horrible.
Cena was not on the show?
I don't remember.
With the child?
I don't even remember.
The child didn't come out on the show? Did the child come out and have an overdubbed voice? And
yes. No, actually, there was a promo. The Wyatt's in the back
tell you to buy
with the
Subway.
Kid. But the kid didn't talk.
Oh, the kid was there.
The kid didn't talk.
They're like, maybe we shouldn't have him talk anymore.
I don't know.
That was a bad idea.
All right, so Smackdown.
Little Johnny's his name?
Little Johnny, yes. That's what they call him.
They should call him Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy? We found Little Jimmy.
It would have been a nice transition.
Wow.
And then, R-Truth could lose to, Harper 100 times or something. A feud that goes on for 4 months.
We converted Little Jimmy to our cause. All right, so SmackDown opens with the United States title rematch since Dean Ambrose lost the title on Monday. However, the whole story here is that the Shield was destroyed by Evolution at the end of Monday, so they're all hurt. Basically, they're all wrestling at less than 100%. And this match is great. I mean, Dean, we've seen him in some singles matches, but we haven't really had a chance to see him shine because it was always a heel side where if he was losing, the Shield would come in and interfere. We finally get to see Dean perform at his top form, doing crazy spots, high flying. His character comes out in this a lot.
They still haven't even gotten close to him and Seth showing their full
potential.
Array.
Right.
They still haven't gotten there with the WWE. Still hasn't gotten there with that. But
right.
You probably will. Probably will as the time goes on.
This match was a major step in that direction. Let's put it that way.
Especially him with the promos. They haven't gotten close to what he can do. It's really good.
So the match ends where basically everyone's hit their finisher already and everyone's kicked out of everything. So it's pretty crazy. Sheamus hits the Brogue Kick. Dean is, first of all, he's been hurt the whole match. He started the match with hurt ribs from Monday. After this incredible match, gets knocked out of the ring with a Brogue Kick. So Sheamus is like, screw it, I'm the champion. I'll count him out. So he's waiting and he's counting 8, 9. All of a sudden, Dean, at the last minute, it's a surge of energy, incredibly gets back in the ring, and everyone's like, we never thought he would get back in the ring. That was nuts. He gets up, Sheamus Brogue Kicks him again, and then pins him. And it's like, well, okay. I can't really say that he didn't get over. Dean got over. He took 2 fucking finishers.
Yeah, what's the overall storyline here, though?
None. There is none.
Are they is Sheamus turning or something? Or is it...
No. He's still good. It's just that he wanted to keep the title.
Just have the match.
It's that Dean is being punished, for being part of the
Shield. Okay, so it's not really about Sheamus versus him. It's more about...
Exactly.
They're making him fight him. So now they'll kind of probably, that's the end of it probably, you think?
For Sheamus and him, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they'll go right back to focus on Evolution after
And
this.
Sheamus loves meaningless matches with like Fandango and whoever.
He'll be defending against,
whatever random
Sandow and those guys.
Sandow, they'll do that like a bunch of times, yeah.
Those caliber of dude. Cesaro and Bad News Barrett team up against Rob Van Dam and Big E. This is a decent match, but actually it was a little bit shorter than I would have liked it to be. I believe at the end of the match, out of nowhere, basically Cesaro hits Big E with the neutralizer, which of course is always impressive, lifting a giant dude like that with a deadlift. And it was funny because Cesaro, during the whole match, Paul Heyman had been doing commentary. So Cesaro wanted to go with Heyman to celebrate, but it was weird because like Barrett goes in the ring to celebrate and Cesaro immediately leaves and Barrett's like, huh? Like what happened? So then all of a sudden Barrett's like, oh, well, I guess I'll celebrate by myself. Yeah, blah. He was doing his thing. And then Cesaro goes to Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman raises his arm outside of the ring. So it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird the way it happened. But it was good to see the heels go over, and I hope these guys continue with their push. Now, here is something that I like. I like what they did with this.
Lana's involved?
On Monday, well, yes, Lana comes out again.
That's why you like it.
Showing off her tits and ass. But on Monday night, I just mentioned, on Monday night in the match, Rusev versus Kofi, Rusev pretty much had a lot of things done. You know, Kofi's high-flying offense was very effective, and it was only a last-minute spurt where Rusev showed off his kind of high-flying stuff where he won. On SmackDown, the story of the match is Rusev is the person that doesn't fall for the same thing twice. So everything Kofi tries to do, he did on Monday, Rusev counters. He's catching the kicks. He's catching them out of midair and slamming the fuck out of them, and pretty much destroys Kofi in this match, which is funny because that's what the announcers say. I guess this is how they're going to build the character.
Was it the small person announcers or the real ones? The real size?
I don't know. They didn't cut to them, so I couldn't tell.
We don't know.
But it's good if this is how they build the character. The character, he's the Bulgarian brute, but he's a smart brute. He's not just the dumb ass big. Like he's not Ryback, the dummy who's out and he pounds you into the ground. No, this guy is smart. He's a ring technician. He's gonna learn.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a different character that they've done in a long time.
Right.
That's cool. I like that.
So I hope they stay with it because they did it on SmackDown. Can they stay with it for a couple weeks at least, or will they forget about this on Monday? And
that's a good character. A highly intelligent giant dude.
Right.
When was the last time they did that? Because like the big guys always fall. They're like either you're a comedy joke or you're just a big idiot.
Monster that's an idiot.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't speak and just
right.
Does like the same 3 moves.
Fandango and Layla have a match against Santino and Emma again. They're still doing this program.
How come Kane can't stuck Santino and Emma instead? That'd be fun. Everyone would be fine with that. You'd be like, okay, whatever. It's part of the show.
So they're continuing on with the plot line that Layla is the new dance partner with Fandango. I have to say this.
Are they going out? Well,
now they are. This is the night when they kiss for the first time.
Oh,
That's
God.
a big announcement. They kiss after they win this match, right? But I have to say this, Layla, I'm sorry. Her boobs are too big for the dresses they're putting her in. It's weird because, like, Summer Rae. What? Summer Rae. Okay.
She's classy.
She could wear those like ballroom dancer dresses. She had the body type for it. Layla does not. Layla has big tits, and they're just like insane, giant. I'm like, come on, I can't watch the match. I'm distracted.
She go to TNA. She'll fit right in what they were doing.
Right, exactly.
With the women.
You're exactly right. Like that would be. You know what I mean? It's just weird that they picked her to be the person, but I guess they couldn't find anyone who could even fake like they dance. So, and then after the match, they kiss. Big deal.
Did they? How was the kiss? They made out?
No, it was like a tongue kiss on the ramp.
Were they groping?
While they were leaving. Yes, they were, actually.
What?
Yes.
All right. I'll have to watch it.
On repeat.
I like Fandango a lot. Keep going.
All right. Roman Reigns has a match against Mark Henry. And this was funny because now Roman Reigns is a face. But the story of the match is Mark Henry's pissed because, remember, a year ago, when the Shield were doing whatever they wanted, they attacked Mark Henry multiple times.
It's so weird how they want you to remember certain things.
Oh, yeah, certain things, but not others.
And then other things like, the fact that there was already a unified champion that you should forget.
Right. Forget about that.
But like this feud from last year, you can remember that little piece.
Right. So, this is a good match because a lot of the match, it's basically Roman Reigns, again, selling injuries from Monday.
Yeah.
So it's Mark Henry kind of dominating him. And then what ends up happening, it's out of nowhere, the ending of the match, it's really well done. So, Roman Reigns is basically getting his ass beat but biding his time, looking for the right opportunity. Mark Henry decides to do... Remember when he actually used to do this all the time? He would climb up the ropes and do the push away splash.
The Vader?
The Vader bomb. He used to do this. He's going to do it. As he's going up, Roman Reigns gets off the mat, hits him, and does an ultimate Samoan drop with
God.
Mark Henry. It was sick. Like, he lifts him, and it's the whole fucking ring. Boom. You're like, holy shit, dude. Like, he just really Samoan dropped Mark Henry hard. And then that was it. What are you going to do after that? Mark Henry gets up, spears him, 1, 2, 3, and he ends up winning the match. Okay, I liked that.
Okay.
Los Matadors and El Torito against 3MB and Hornswoggle I did not like. I'm not even going to mention it. It sucks.
What the hell's this match? They had this match?
Batista versus Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Because they wanted to basically, every person in the Shield had to have a singles match to punish them
But
again.
Isn't Batista hurt too?
Yes, but remember, they went over on Monday. Batista had kind of got the one-up on them. Batista bombed Roman Reigns. So they make this match, and it's a good match. Again, but Seth Rollins is selling that he is injured. I'm injured, I'm from Monday. And it could have went either way. I actually kind of like the fact that they let Batista go over in this one, because he didn't cheat to do it. It actually made him look a little bit strong, that he could actually win a fucking legit match since he came back, thank God. But Seth looks good too. It doesn't make Seth look bad, because the story is that he's injured from Monday, and he does. Yeah. It's a great match. It's a long, drawn-out match. I think
protected.
I think they did the right thing, because now it gives Evolution a tiny push. So you can advance the feud, even though I don't know why they're still doing the feud.
Well, it's an ongoing feud, so
it makes sense.
They're just continuing it. It makes sense. Fine.
Right. I liked it. And then the main event of the night, the Wyatt family against John Cena and the Usos. Okay.
Huh.
And it's exactly what you would expect from the match. Nothing more, nothing less. The Usos doing their high-flying stuff. The Wyatts getting involved with each other all the time and sneak attacking people outside the ring.
Of course, one of the Usos takes the pin.
Of course, one of the Usos gets pinned, exactly, So, it is what it is. They're continuing with this plot line where the Wyatts are going to be feuding with Cena.
Daniel Bryan
wasn't on
the show.
Daniel Bryan was nowhere to be found on SmackDown.
He's still running.
They did rerun the whole package of him running from Kane on Monday, so they're running with that storyline. That's what they want. It's kind of so bittersweet, seriously, because when you think about it, Daniel Bryan, for years, he's the guy. He wanted to do it his way, right? He didn't want to broid out. He didn't want to do shit that, he's a small guy. He did exactly what WWE told him to do. He went through the worst storylines with stupid hug it out and all this
part of the problem,
shit,
though.
losing the world title so many times.
I think that's part of the issue.
Finally, because he's been the company man, they make him the guy. They make him, at WrestleMania, finally, he comes to the top of the mountain.
Because the fans.
And then immediately they fucking put him into a shit storyline again. Another piece of crap.
But he's, like you said, he'll do whatever they want him to do. So he's not going to go, wait a second, this is...
Right. He's not going to do a CM Punk. He won't. He will. Right. He'll do what he's told to do.
So, okay,
he's smart, though. I'm not going to fault him. You know how much money he's making right now? I mean, seriously, if you're having fun doing what you're doing, and you're making a ton of money, just do it.
That's fine for him, but we're the ones that got to watch this.
Yeah, we're the ones that have to watch fucking See No Evil every week, which is what the fucking Raw has become, really.
It's quite insane to do this with Kane, especially after how badly that went with that Embrace the Hate thing with Cena.
Right.
So let's do something very similar to that. Remember that, how that worked out? So, I don't know, man. I worry about what's going to happen with that title. I mean...
Yeah.
anything could happen.
Very odd. Okay. Yeah. TNA, we're going to go over this, and you're probably not going to believe half the shit that we're talking about. Like you said, things are really starting to turn at this point.
I don't know where you're at, because I know the spoilers, for the while.
Okay.
So we'll see where you're at with this. But there's no way in hell I'm watching this.
So first of all, Bully Ray's banned from the Impact Zone permanently, so he's driving to Nashville to attack Dixie Carter at headquarters of TNA.
That's what the fuck? What TNA and WWE? Just listen to the stuff we're saying. I mean, that's all you got to know. I mean, listen to this. It's like
quality writing.
My God, man!
He wants to put a woman through a table.
Daniel Bryan's his car is broken, and he can't. He's running from his monster. And Bully Ray's driving to attack a woman.
He wants to attack a woman and put her through a table at her office.
And there's a cameraman came with him, I guess.
Yes, a cameraman came with him.
Okay.
Let's just get through that whole story now, so that way we don't have to continue.
My God.
Bully Ray, within the course of the show, completely turns all the employees of TNA into his willing people. They're partying, drinking beer, doing all kinds of crazy shit.
He gave them alcohol.
Yeah, he gave them beer. They love him. The whole company loves him.
Bully Ray.
Dixie ran away. Dixie was gone. Eventually, apparently, Bully Ray finds out where Dixie's hiding, and that's the end. Like, they never find out what happens. Like, he goes after her. Okay.
Well, we gotta watch next week, Phil. The whole story.
Fuck.
I'm sure he got in a room alone and turned the lights down low. Oh wait, hold on. Okay.
Impact opens up with Eric Young hitting the ring, and saying, I want to be a fighting champion. I want to defend the title. I don't have an opponent for tonight. Who should it be? And Bobby Roode comes out. And Roode cuts a really good promo saying, don't forget about last week. Forget about the fact it was a stupid tournament. I'd already wrestled. I want you to think about the past. How the two of us came up in this business together. We were on Team Canada together. We signed to TNA together. We've been here. We're two of the very few guys who've been here from the beginning and stayed. We've had offers from other places. We've done other things. We stayed. We decided to stay. And I think that really, this shouldn't be a match about Bobby Roode against Eric Young, but it's about two company guys who care more about this company than anyone else, and we should have this match.
Okay, sure.
And Eric Young says, based off of what you just said, let's do the match, okay? Immediately they go backstage. MVP calls Eric Young into his office and says, what the hell are you doing? You can't make matches. Like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? He says, listen, I'm in charge. I'm the director of operations. And for this week, I want to give you a week off because you're my champion and you have to physically have at least time off at some point, you know? So I'm telling you right now, I'm doing the right thing. I'm canceling the match, all right?
Wow.
And he says, but I'll make it up to you. I'm actually going to give you an opponent, you know, that you are not going to expect someone that's a high caliber performer, someone that is going to give you a challenge like you've never had before.
Suddenly.
And it's going to be, I'll announce who it is tonight.
Suddenly whatever was left of this company unraveled right there. Beginnings of it.
Well, you'll see what we mean in a second. Okay. An evening gown match between the beautiful people, Madison Rayne and Brittany.
We talked about it last week, how this came to be.
Right.
You know, because the women in there, because Rich Russo likes to, objectify women and whatnot. So last week the beautiful people had evening gowns on, which the rest of the knockouts ripped off of them. So now we have an evening gown match. And what occurred here, Phil?
Let's see. Women getting their clothes ripped off, screw jobs from the ref.
Yeah.
And basically the beautiful people win. And I'm going to read you because this is actually a fan site results.
Yeah.
This is a fan who wrote this. You ready?
Uh-huh. I know what happened.
Winners, the beautiful people at 11:38. Flashbacks to when TNA's tawdry programming was from Vince Russo. As for the ref, it's obviously time to investigate if Stifler is on the take.
Well, what exactly happens? They show tits to him, and he's like, oh
yeah. What's her name? Velvet Sky comes out in a robe and opens the robe, distracts Stifler because he sees the titties. He can't pay attention to what's going on, and they cheat behind him.
Oh my god. Wrestling. It's wrestling.
Wrestle crap.
And then Kane came out and chased the women.
Wrestle crap, ladies and gentlemen.
My god, man. What happened here?
Kurt Angle finally gets his match against Ethan Carter III that he's been trying to have for like 4 months. They finally have this match, but he comes out with a leg brace. Because again, the storyline they're working is that Ethan Carter hurt his leg a couple months ago, put him out of commission for a while, and he's back, and he wants his revenge. During the match, Kurt Angle's leg buckles, meaning he gives out. Of course, it's fake, but he gives out. And the story of the match is that Kurt Angle can't even stand, but he's still trying to fight, whatever. Ends up losing, because Ethan Carter, destroys his leg.
No, because of his leg.
Destroys his leg.
So it's very similar to how everyone that's left has left. Like the major guys, AJ, they give him a little bit of a protection, but then they get him out. So Angle did have a legit operation on his leg, but it looks like if I had to be a betting man, and I'm not, so I could just say things and not care about the consequences, right?
Right.
I don't think he's going to be back.
Think that's it?
He did have an injury. He did have an operation. He had pictures of his leg and stuff. He's supposed to be out for like 6 months.
Shit.
I don't think he's coming back. If you see him again, maybe WrestleMania. Wow.
Yeah.
If he could even compete anymore, He seems like he's breaking down now. He's older.
He's getting to that age.
He's been going and going and going forever. He does the house shows. He does a full schedule.
Right.
He's starting to break down. So I think the best thing for him would be if they would let him back in there. I don't even know if he can pass the tests or whatever. But if he could get in there in some kind of maybe like a Lesnar type of thing where he comes out once in a while. They put him in there with like Cesaro. You put him in there with who else do they have? Kane can chase him. He could fight little Johnny. I don't know. But I'm saying just like a cool match once in a while.
Right.
Yeah, there's something to that. That'd be the best thing for him, I think.
Okay.
There's like TNA. What's he gonna do there? What's left for him?
Right. Bobby Roode.
He's gonna fight Zema Ion. What's he gonna do?
Bobby Roode comes out, complains to MVP because MVP was gonna announce who the opponent's gonna be, but he's interrupted by Roode, and Roode basically just swears up a storm, saying, "Screw you! I don't care about you. I should have had my match tonight. How dare you cancel it?" And MVP throws Rude out of the building. Throws him out completely. Bans him from the building. Okay. The Wolves have a tag team rematch against the Bromans. The Wolves are the champions now.
I heard this was a great match.
It was.
The ladder match, right?
Some pretty crazy stuff going on. Yeah, some pretty crazy ladder spots and things going on. And the Wolves retain, which is good because they should. And it was a great match, but my question for them is this: who the hell are they going to wrestle now? There's no one left.
They're just gonna get. It's just always the Bromans.
Who do they wrestle?
It's always the Bromans.
Seriously, I don't know what's going to happen here.
Bromans again. You know what? TNA is doing 3 shows in New York City, and it's a Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday. I think it is. They're doing the Tape Impact.
Okay.
So, thinking about it, they went on sale yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I went to the site.
Uh-oh.
First of all, you could look at the map. Everything was available. But the cheapest ticket was $55. I'm not going to this. I thought about it. I don't want to go to it. What am I going to see at this thing,
Well, John, it's funny you mentioned that because this week was the debut of the Menagerie.
Good to see the Menagerie.
Don't you want to see the Menagerie?
No. But, I've gone to TNA so many times, and I've had good times at the shows in the past, but to see Impact the way it is right now for that amount of cash, can't do
the
it,
Menagerie.
Man. Sometimes that's the best way to protest things,
Yeah.
Because if you go and you pay your money, then they go, oh, okay, well, people like it.
We got them. They liked it. Yep. So Nux, who for weeks has been having these vignettes of him not being in TNA, he's out talking to people at home who, oh no, the local circus freak show is not doing well, and he needs to help them out. So he brings them to TNA.
Yeah, a stable with a guy called Crazy Steve.
Crazy Steve and the Freak.
This is the stable.
And 2 stilt riders and a woman who dances with flame and pom poms.
Crazy Steve and the Freak. These are the names that these guys have. Crazy Steve and the Freak.
The Freak. Who is the Freak? Is he?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
He looks like what's his name?
Who?
Who was Robbie E with for a while? The giant dude.
Oh yeah, that is him.
It's him.
Rob Terry.
It looks like Rob Terry.
It is him. Yeah.
It's Rob Terry.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I did. I forgot.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck the Freak is, or the Crazy Steve is. Some weirdo. So
it's Crazy Steve.
It's so weird because they
Crazy Steve.
First of all, it's so weird because guess who they've wrestled? Kazarian, right?
Oh yeah, he's on his way out.
So poor Kazarian comes out to the his music with no Christopher
because he's
gone. So it's very confusing. He comes out. I'm like, oh my god, what are they gonna do with this poor guy?
Job him.
And Nux, here's the weird thing. Okay, so you got a girl, skimpy outfit. She has flames. She's dancing with it. Okay, that's a sideshow attraction. 2 stilt dudes come out. Okay, that's a sideshow attraction. The Freak, a giant roided dude with a weird mask. Okay, I can see the strong man or whatever. Crazy Steve's a weird deformed clown. He comes out walking crooked. Okay, what the fuck does Nux have to do with this? He's Nux, normal dude.
It's Nux.
He's
Nux.
I am Nux.
Maybe he was the security guard for the.
It makes no sense.
The show or
the
something.
whole fucking angle makes no sense. It takes forever. They're playing this weird music, Doink the Clown's music, as they come out, and the stilt riders come down. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck? They're coming down the ringside, stilt riders and everything. Oh my god. So then Nux actually wrestles Kazarian, and of course, Kazarian's so possibly distracted by the shit going around the ring. How could you wrestle with a 3-ring fucking circus going on outside the ring?
So he loses.
He loses.
The Crazy Steve?
No, to Nux.
Oh, to Nux.
He wrestled Nux. So, really, really freaking weird.
Kazarian's getting jobbed out, so it looks like he's next to go.
All right. Let's see.
Join his buddy, Christopher Daniels, somewhere better, perhaps.
Trying to see what else happened before we get to... Oh, okay. Jeff.
You know how valuable Daniels and Kazarian could be.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys could do anything. Why would you want them to be part of your company?
I have
they
no
could
idea.
do anything you want.
I have no idea.
You got rid of them, and now you got Crazy Steve. Great.
So Magnus is in this totally new program now with this guy named Bram. I don't know who he is.
He's supposed to be from his neighborhood or something.
Yeah.
And now he's
that's the character. But I don't know who the hell
and now he's talking
he really is.
Well, here's the thing. Magnus was just the champion.
Right.
And now this guy we don't know is talking down to him and telling him what to do and stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, they do a backstage thing where they announce Bram has a TNA contract now. What? When did this happen? Why did it happen? Makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
So Magnus has a singles match against Willow. While Willow's coming out, Magnus attacks him, beats the shit out of him, and then Bram also starts beating the shit out of him. And so Magnus ends up losing the match via DQ because basically they just beat the shit out of Willow.
I'm going to get you one of those umbrellas as a going away gift.
Twirl at the camera.
I think it's like $45 or something.
Oh my god, come on, man. Alright. So then the end of the show. Here we go. Here we go.
Alright.
MVP comes out again. He says, I'm going to announce Eric Young's contender again because I got so interrupted. Eric Young comes out. He basically praises Eric Young the entire time. You're a fighting champion. You're the kind of champion that this company needs. We love, the people love you. You've been here since day one. You're a TNA original. You're well respected, blah, blah, blah. Basically, 10 minutes of kissing Eric's ass.
So you're like, where's this going?
Of course you know that something is about to happen. MVP beats the shit out of him. And you're like...
Just think about that. Just think about this. How long has he been there for? 2 months? Why did he come there?
He barely established himself as the face, authority. All of a sudden, they turn him heel. He beats the shit out of Eric Young, and he's going to be the next contender.
Here's the thing, Phil. I can't really react to this too much because I know where this is going.
Oh, my God.
And it's getting much worse than this.
Don't tell me.
If you think this is crazy and out of nowhere...
I don't want to know.
Much worse.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I don't know. How could you... I don't see how you could watch a lot of this stuff. Like, does it make you frustrated? Like, oh...
This week made me frustrated with Impact, I'll be honest. Like, some of it I can laugh at, some of it I can just shake my head. This week was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And it's not like you're expecting, so much. Because I think people get the wrong idea. Like,
at the most, you pop a boner when you get the match of the women, but what else is there watching the show for? I mean, seriously.
Well, you don't need that. You have a computer.
That's true. I could easily just go on any website and pop a boner somewhere else. So.
Well, I think that people get the wrong idea when they hear us talk about the shows. And, you don't want it to be perfect, right? You don't expect, amazing amazing things every week. We just want to not be insulted, and a lot of the things we just talked about are just flat out
the menagerie
insulting. I mean, to sit there and watch. You're gonna watch Kane chase this. He's gonna kill him and his wife. He's gonna murder them.
Yeah, he's gonna kill them.
He's gonna murder them. Bully Ray's gonna come in and attack this.
He's gonna put Dixie Carter to a table
in her office.
In her office building.
There's a freak show and a guy that just came in and saved the company. Is now heel for no reason.
Right. I just don't know.
I mean, come on, guys.
Last thing I'll talk about is I did watch some more of WWE Network this week.
Yeah.
And I would like to say the pay-per-view was impeccably good. Worked well. The night after, I watched it on Monday actually. I watched the pay-per-view and then I actually watched Monday Night Raw back to back. So it kind of was like a lead-in that night. That's all I watched on TV. Those two back to back. Some other shows that I watched Countdown a few times. Some really good stuff on there, like
I heard those are good.
The 10 biggest botches ever.
You see the one with the promos?
It
was like the worst promos or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
Steiner was on there.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah. They're like anytime you give Steiner a mic, it's a botch.
Sid was on there.
Sid. Yeah.
Oh, the one where he's like, cut the mic. I'll do it again. Like we're live.
Yeah. Cut the mic. I'll do it again. We're live. No, the best one. The best one ever with Sid is when it's Nash and Hall in the ring, and Nash is wearing a Sid mask.
What the hell is this?
It's hilarious. It looks like Sid and moves when he opens his mouth.
Okay.
So he's talking about, he's trying to make him say that Sid is stupid.
I'm dumb.
Sid comes out and he goes, "Oh my god."
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Quote, I'm trying to remember the quote exactly, word for word.
You're stupider than I look, or something. Or
you may say that I'm stupider than I look. But I am definitely dumber. No.
Dumber than you.
He's like,
He basically called himself dumb, yeah.
He called himself dumb.
Yeah, it's a famous one.
Yeah, and it was like, what the hell? And then it was funny because apparently when he went backstage, he told everyone, no, that's what they told me to say. That's why I said it. And everyone was like, no, he didn't, you fucking liar. No one told you to say that. And then they played the Scott Steiner promo where he was with Jericho against him.
Yeah.
And this promo was that Jericho was making fun of him for wearing that headgear. Remember how he wears like the chainmail so he looks like a knight?
Yeah.
And was calling him King Arthur. And I guess what he was supposed to say was, I may dress like King Arthur, but I'm gonna beat your ass or something, something silly like that, like a pun. And instead he changed the whole. He's like, well, you may want to be King Arthur, but I'm gonna come whoop your Arthurly ass. It's like it made no sense. Like they played the clip, and cut to Jericho interviewing him about it. He's like, no, you idiot! That's not what I told you to say. Like, how did he get it so wrong? It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Yeah, it's interesting, like, because, you know, people like laugh at Steiner, like Sid and Steiner like that, but there's something to those guys that they're, like, so unpredictable, and they come across that way on the show, that there's almost like a realism that adds...
There's an excitement to it because you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
When they come out.
That's what people don't get when they watch, like, the YouTube clips.
Canada is like Mexico North.
Right. But Scott Steiner, like, at any moment you're watching his match, like, you could see him go nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe do something, you know...
Botch or go nuts, go stiff at some point.
There's something like... there's a mystique to that where those guys came across as, like, legitimate, like, lunatics, which is pretty much what they're supposed to be as the wrestler characters.
Yeah.
Which is kind of missing today, like, who's there that... you know, has that kind of way about them. Like Vader was another one.
Right.
Right?
Very unstable
element. Yeah, there's something that's missing. Everything's so like, you know, script you plan, here's the shots and shit, you know.
So what else did I watch? I watched a bunch of the countdowns. Oh, I watched the Edge documentary.
Oh, yeah?
From when he retired.
Uh-huh.
That was really well done.
Yeah,
because that's a DVD. They sold it as a DVD, and this was just the whole thing, you know, from start to finish. And then I watched the new episode of Legends House. This week they had to do... oh, my God. They went to Las Vegas and had to be Chippendales dancers.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Which was just like...
Kenny King was there?
First of all, it's fucking hilarious.
Was Kenny King on the...
He was not.
Supposedly he was there.
Oh, he was?
He was one of the dancers. You didn't notice this?
No.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Wasn't paying attention to that. But, no, it's hilarious because, you know, they got to manscape them and spray tan them and shit.
What the fuck?
So they do this to Pat Patterson. He's like, what the fuck? What are you doing to my body? What the fuck? He's flipping out. It's so funny. And, but then the story of the night is that Tony Atlas basically starts fucking with Hacksaw.
Oh, yeah?
Just to be like a dick.
Uh-huh.
And Hacksaw, in real life, hates Tony Atlas.
Uh-huh.
So they're teasing that, like, they're going to actually fight. Hacksaw's like, I really don't want to, but if he keeps fucking with me, I'm not going to be able to stop. Like, I'm going to attack him. And he got all pissed at the camera. He's like, I don't care how fucking jacked he is. I know how to fucking fight. I'm going to break, you know, because they're bleeping, but he's just saying fuck every time. I'm going to fuck him up.
Yeah, Hacksaw's a tough dude.
And that's the end of the show. At the very end of the episode, Atlas is still fucking with him, right? So Piper's like, enough. He goes over to Tony. He sits down and goes, Tony, he says, I know you. You're a nice guy. Like, why are you doing this? He's like, I bet that you didn't get good sleep the past few days. And Tony's like, yeah, you know what? I really did. He's like, this is what happens. You get like in a funk where you fuck with people when you're not feeling good. He's like, you gotta go to sleep, man. We can't have this. We can't have you guys going nuts, tear this fucking house apart. For what? And he's like, for what? It's so stupid.
They're probably gonna have them play some kind of game against each other or something.
They probably will. I think that's what they're leading to eventually.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's so funny, you know, there's two guys who really have legitimate, like, they've always hated each other. And they put them in this goddamn house.
How come the Sheik isn't on the show?
I would say probably because of his health, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of knee and back problems, and they probably couldn't get him, you know, up to health enough to do it.
To make him travel and all that.
Right, because that was it. This episode, they were sitting in a van or a limo for like 8 hours driving to Vegas, so they can't do that with someone like him. So, no, it was really well done. It's well done. The show's good, and I like it. And it's cool because you get to see all the personalities of the people, like Howard Finkel, who you really don't know that much about.
Yeah,
you get to learn about him now, you know, things about how his personality is and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. I like it, and I think it's probably the best show on there, honestly. It's actually better than, like, the fucking wrestling that's on there half the time because, you know, it is original programming. You know, again, some of it is scripted, but you know that within the scripting there's a seed of truth that kind of goes through. I'm sure they told Atlas to go fuck with Hacksaw.
Yeah.
But Hacksaw's reaction is like genuine. He's fucking pissed. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, I don't think you can control those guys that well. Like, you know.
No.
You couldn't be like, here's your scripts, and you know, because they're not. They're from a different era. Like we were talking about before, they're more like they weren't from like the scripted time. Of,
right. They were, you know, back then. That was fucking smash mouth wrestling. You know, you go in there, you actually get your jaw broken. You know.
Yeah.
They lived the character. A lot of people said that some of the characters, like Macho Man,
yeah,
people will swear.
He always did the voice.
They will swear that was him.
That was his voice.
He wasn't. That was a character.
He moved around.
He became that person. That was him. You know.
What he is what he is.
Yeah. So anyway, I like Legends House. I'm enjoying WWE Network. You know, my subscription is being.
Seems like they're trying to really get people in there. I think
and we should mention this.
Yeah.
Because that's a good point. This week there's a special promo.
Yeah, but why do you think they're doing this stuff?
Because they want more people, of course.
They're trying hard.
If you are a current subscriber of WWE Network, you have the ability to refer up to 5 other people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I made that wrong. 10 other people.
Uh-huh.
And for each person that signs up through your referral, you receive a $25 WWE.com gift card.
And they get one also.
And they get a $25 WWE.com gift card. So if you got a few friends who want, you have it, and they were thinking of registering, you got it. It's only for the good till the end of May. I mean, hell. And I was thinking about doing it myself, but then I was like, what do I want from WWE.com?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't want a shirt that says,
I got the email.
Fear the Bull.
I got the email about it. I thought it was kind of stupid because they're trying to act like it's like it's only 35 or whatever for the 6 months instead.
Yeah.
Like basically you get $25 off the month. It's like no, you don't.
Right.
You're getting freaking Shop Zone money.
Yeah, it's Shop Zone money. You buy merch basically with this. So
well, most of the merch is more than that, so you're gonna wind up throwing in a couple extra bucks too.
So yeah, so I was thinking of doing it, and I was like, I don't know realistically.
You could buy a CM Punk T-shirt.
And plus,
I don't on sale yet.
I don't know if there's 10 people who are gonna, that we know that are watching the show right now, maybe that wanted to do it by the end of May. But I don't know if I really even want the merch. Maybe I could. First of all, I deleted the email by accident, so I'd have to find it. I didn't.
You just go
I
to
didn't
like
mean to,
it's in your account, I think.
You think so?
This thing was worth getting. The CM Punk plaque.
That is true.
Something like
That's
that.
a nice piece of memorabilia.
They did another one with the Lesnar and him. Well, you don't want that.
Yeah, that's a shitty one.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That one, it was way more than 434 too.
Oh my god.
They did a lot of them.
Because Brock is a celebrity.
So
And he's worth more than that.
They did a ton of these after this one because this is the first one.
Yeah.
Then they did when he wrestled Brock. They did one with him. Then they did one with Brock. It's weird. They did like for everyone because this sold so well. They went and they fucking mass produced it.
We'll do Daniel Bryan, Bree, and Kane.
There you go.
It'll be a picture of the car.
Yeah.
With Kane's
Kane on top of the car. as they're driving away. Oh, Kane.
It'll be $600.
$600.
$666.
So. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching another episode of Smart Guys. Again, 5th to last, I guess. Next week there'll be four left. So now there's 4 remaining. So, and then after that, it'll all be via the internet, via Skype, and there will be some transitioning.
Next week I'm going to be at the Ring of Honor Japan show, the Hammerstein Ballroom next Saturday. So I'm excited about that.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I'm real excited.
Excellent.
It's on iPay-per-view as well.
You should tell us about that. In 2 weeks' time when we return with the next episode of Smart Guys. Next week is a bye week, and we'll have a lot to talk about at that point, right?
I expect it to be pretty wild. It's sold out. I have the general admission ticket, which might cause a problem. Because it'd be like a lot of people just trying to
sneak in, right?
You get basically a certain point, like in the balcony, it's anywhere you sit is your seat. So
right.
I'm sure that's gonna be a mess, but it's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of smelly, loud people there.
Gross people.
Yeah, probably.
There you go.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching Smart Guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time, and stay safe. And that's about it. So peace out.
That's right. Yeah.
And we'll see you then.
Watch out for Kane.
Look out for Kane.
He's coming.
He's in your car.
Bully Ray.